Hi, I'm Robert. Welcome back to another On the Road video brought to you by ourclientsvideo.com. Stop. Before you begin any repair, unplug the appliance from the wall outlet. It is also recommended that you check for proper voltage. The tools you will need to remove the evaporator motor are a 1/4-inch nut driver. Today we're working on the Frigidaire top mount refrigerator. The evaporator fan motor is bad. We'll need to replace it. The complaint was no cool in the fresh food section. Things on the shelf were soft in the freezer, and on the floor they were still frozen. To access this, we must first open the freezer door. So we'll open the door and remove the shelf. The shelf is removed by sliding it that way and then tipping the shelf up and pulling it back this way to the right. Usually you will find some rubber bushings that are attached to the shelf that would have to be removed prior to removing the shelf, and they'll just pull off. They're on kind of tight. And if the unit's cold, you can heat them up a little bit with a lighter or a hair dryer to get them to pop off the shelf easily. So you see we have the shelf tilted as far up as it will go, and we can slide it right out. Next, we'll remove the 2 screws that hold the evaporator cover in place. Your 1/4-inch hex screws, one on each side. Let's set those aside. Now we will lift up on the air tower and slide the top out first. And we will reach back and unplug the Molex plug on the back wall. Now that we've unplugged the Molex plug, we can take the entire cover assembly out, and your cover is removed. Now we have the assembly on a secure, stable platform. We're going to unplug the Molex plug to the motor. Then we're going to pull up on these little plastic hook tabs, and as you pull up, you're going to slide it back and then do the same thing on the other side. And then that retainer will set to the side. And then we're going to grasp the motor itself and pull up, and the fan blade will drop down into that well that it sits in. And your motor is removed. Your old motor is a DC motor, that's direct current voltage, with a converter board built into it. The new motor you're going to receive looks slightly different, and it is a 120 volt motor instead of a DC motor. It's manufactured as a DC motor at the factory for energy efficiency. The replacement part does not have the same requirements on it, and it will mount up exactly the same. Now, the best way to install the motor is to take the evaporator fan blade and get that positioned so that you can see the hole that the fan shaft goes into, and then insert the fan shaft into the blade, and then drop your motor down the rest of the way. Make sure that your ground wire is on one side and your power wires are on the other side of this stand. Then we're going to take your back mount and we're going to bring it over the top of the motor, and you're going to slide it over the bracket and let it clip, and repeat the process on the other side. Now we'll take your Molex plug and plug it in, and now we're ready to reinstall the evaporator cover. We're going to slide it in place, plug in our Molex, make sure that both the clips are clipped, raise it up, and we'll fit the bottom into the hole and rotate the cover back, and then we will install our 2 1/4-inch screws. And the cover is installed, and now we can reinstall the shelf. We're going to slide it in on an angle, bring it up to the holes that we want it in on the left, and then slide the shelf into the holes and drag the right side down to meet the holes on the right and move the shelf to the right. And the shelf is installed. That completes the repair. Thank you for watching another quality video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.